Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek at the Chicago Auto Show, where it made its world debut. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour. All right, Gearheads, so yes, I am at the 2023 Chicago Auto Show, and yes, that is the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. So this did make its world debut here, and this is the third generation of the beloved Crosstrek. You know, love is what makes Subaru a Subaru. And while we're underneath the hood here, why don't we go ahead and talk about powertrains. So you get two different engine options in the 2024 Crosstrek. You get the 2-liter Boxer 4, and you get a larger 2.5-liter Boxer 4. So two 4-cylinder options, and they will give you differing power numbers. That 2-liter makes 152 horsepower, 145 pound-feet of torque. The 2.5-liter makes 182 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque. And the big news here, while we're talking about engines, is the fact that all but the 2-liter version are going to be brought over here for stateside manufacture. So the 2-liter models will still be made in Japan and imported over, but in order to get more models over here quicker to consumers, they're bringing 2.5-liter models to the Indiana manufacturing plant, and these will be made stateside. So closing the hood, we can appreciate the new styling of the Crosstrek, very reminiscent of the new Impreza, and just giving an updated look to the overall Subaru design. You can see this one is a sport model, so we get a little bit of yellow accents up front, and I'm really digging this kind of cactus green color that is becoming so popular in many different manufacturers. But moving around to the side, we can see some more cleaned up design, cleaned up style here on this sport model. More yellow accents on the side of this one, including this yellow sport badge. So they're really playing up the sport model on this one. Y'all will know I've tested the outgoing or Crosstrek Sport, and I called it a Subaru or Wilderness Light. I'll get all my words right here correctly. But that's really what this one is. It is the most like a wilderness model you can get in the Crosstrek line. You get updated wheels and tires, you get that 2.5-liter engine under the hood, and you get a nice interior, but we'll get into that in just a second. Coming around back here to the back, you can see more of those yellow accents for the Subaru Crosstrek Sport model. See, I got it right. And just letting this one stand out and look a little bit different than lesser trims. As always, this does have Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive. You would expect that on a new Subaru. And then all the black plastic on this, I really like. It's a little more rubberized. It's not soft, but it's not really hard either, and it's texturized. So it's not just a flat black plastic. We've got a new black crossbar between the taillights on the back of this one. Another really easy key or sign that this is a 2024 model. Opening the rear hatch, we see some more similarities to the new Impreza hatchback, including the third seatbelt coming from the side over here, not from the ceiling. If you want to use that third seatbelt, you have to feed it through here on the center headrest or just underneath the center headrest. But this being a hatchback, you do get a cargo sunshade on this one, and you do get access to your spare tire underneath here. So a very nice storage options. This does have a 60-40 split bench rear seat, so here's your 40%. You can only access that from the seat right here. There are no latches back here, but the overhang is so short back here in the back that I can reach it no problem at 5'10". You can see it's a fairly flat load floor from the cargo area to the backs of those seats. And while we're talking about the backs of the seats, there are child seat top tethers all the way across. Moving to the inside of this Crosstrek Sport, we can see a very familiar look to the inside with the 11.6 inch, I believe, Starlink HD touchscreen infotainment up front here. I like that it is vertical, but it doesn't stick up above the dash, so still gives you a nice clean look. And if you're used to a modern Subaru, this is going to feel very familiar to you, including all the buttons on the steering wheel for cruise control, for your radio controls, for your drive modes and Subaru SI drive. You can see we still get analog gauges and a small digital screen in between the gauges for additional information up front there. We get some nice textured materials, soft rubber touch, injection molded plastic up here. So the materials in here are very nice, and kind of a unique texture here on what looks to be imitation carbon fiber. And then these seats, these are cloth seats. They are very nice. They feel like they will be very durable for the long term. And you get this nice pattern on the insides of the seats. Very nice, with some yellow accents to go with the sport model. You get yellow accent stitching here on the steering wheel and yellow accent stitching here on the door panels. This is more cloth that matches the seat trim, and then some, I would guess, StarTex, I believe is what Subaru calls it, here on the armrests and on the backs of the seats. So a very nice front seat layout here in the Crosstrek. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm 5'10", I've got plenty of room in here. This is my normal seating position, so very comfortable in here, plenty of headroom. This standard size sunroof is a nice option here. And then I didn't talk about, we do have CVT transmission here in this one. 2-mode heated seats up front, electronic parking brake, staggered cup holders here, some power outlet here. So feels very familiar to the new Impreza. Very nice glove box or center console here, and then a very wide opening glove box over here. But why don't we hop out of the front seat and move to the back seat of the Subaru Crosstrek. And again, more very familiar styling in here. You can see the yellow accents do echo from the front seats, as do the patterns on the insides of the seats here. And then we were talking about child seat tethers on the backs of the seats. You can see there's a little flap here for the lower anchors on the child seat, so you don't have to worry about a hard plastic piece coming off and being lost or anything like that, like some other automakers do. But getting in, closing the door, we do have USB-A and USB-C back here on the sport model. So that's one USB-A and USB-C up front, and another back here for the back. So very nice use of power. And then the backs of the seats are contoured, so even sitting behind myself at 5'10", I have plenty of room back here behind myself. No cloth material on the back doors, but a very nice plastic material here. It doesn't feel like it's a cheap plastic. It does feel nice. And then we get some of that StarTex on the armrest, power window button right there. But all around, a very nice back seat. We don't get a map pocket on the driver's seat, but we do get it on the back of the passenger seat. Due to the standard size sunroof, I've actually got plenty of headroom back here. The sunroof hump is actually right here in front of me, so there's plenty of headroom back here in the back of the Subaru Crosstrek. Just got out of the Impreza and it feels very familiar to this, so I had to keep catching myself.
And don't forget, Subaru products are renowned for their safety, and the Crosstrek has earned the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety's top safety pick for 11 consecutive years. 4 of those being top Safety Pick Plus awards. And we anticipate the all-new 2024 Crosstrek will continue this tradition. This new 3rd generation Crosstrek also features an updated version of our industry-leading EyeSight driver assist technology. The system is smoother and faster with a wider field of view and can now identify bicycles and pedestrians at intersections sooner, and when necessary, alerts the driver and applies the brakes to avoid collisions. How about that, huh? And I've saved perhaps the best news for last. For 2024, this all-new Crosstrek has a starting price of $24,995. That's right. That's the same price as the outgoing model. Talk about value. This Crosstrek clearly ticks that box. And providing the best value in the industry is what the Subaru brand is all about. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't end with Fly Eagles Fly for Subaru of America's hometown football team that's playing in the Super Bowl this Sunday. Right?
If you want to check out that video or see what else we are doing here from the Chicago Auto Show, find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can head to gtgaragetalk.com. If you wouldn't mind, hit all the buttons down below: like, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, all the things, comment, so you will let the algorithm know to show you more of our content, because we've got a lot of stuff from the auto show here and a lot of future events that you will want to ride along for. As for me, that's about it for my time in this Subaru Crosstrek Sport from the show floor of the Chicago Auto Show. So until next time, gearheads, bye.